Peace in our time. A stable realm, a large domain, and all of that thanks to your good friend, Lord Anseric the Sharp. With our skillful intrigue plays, debatably, we have unified the Iron Throne with the Trident. Well, that was absolutely our play. Without us, that would have probably not happened, or it certainly wouldn't have gone as smooth as it did, thanks to our kidnapping and our manipulation of the situation, our weakening of the realm by causing those revolts. We allowed Stannis a position whereby we could begin to reunify the Iron Throne, of course, making it potentially a target for ourselves later on. In all that chaos, we managed to grab ourselves some lands. Our goal remains very firmly become a duke. That's all we need to do. Just become a duke, tidy up some of these stewardship-related issues, ready for our next character, Merryk, who is a pretty good steward, but more importantly is a very, very good intrigue character in his own right, so we can get things done, but more importantly can hold together what we've got, and with him, we're going to bring a bit of stability, a bit of rebuilding. We're going to get some alliances lined up. Now, what we can do is, I was trying to obviously marry this kid off yesterday, try and get some immediate urgent alliances. Grandsons apparently don't count for that. So what we can do is we could fabricate some hooks. Maybe, say, on the Reach, on his heir's heir. Fabricate some hooks and arrange a marriage, almost specifically force a marriage, and get something pretty good going on for our own dynasty there. My grandson, yeah, don't say. That's going to be the character that we end up personally playing. Minus 282. That's okay. We can sort this out with a hook, maybe even a promise of a grand wedding if we really, really have to do it. I think we can solve this. Now, to be fair, that might be quite a hard one to pull off because, of course, we've alienated ourselves from the Reach quite significantly because we kidnapped people and helped with the wars on that front, or at least attempted to help with wars and assassinations. Maybe we look at House Baratheon instead, given that they're also the ruling house of the Iron Throne. Do you... Oh, you haven't got any daughters. That's very annoying, isn't it? Could always look at Dawn as well. Dawn have... Oh, God, House Martell. What's going to happen with that, then? It's going to pass to a distant cousin. Fair enough. The Vale? We've got anybody in the Vale? Hello. She's actually the right age. Okay. So in that case, Noel the Hunter of the Vale, let's start fabricating a hook on you. And let's work on the very, very long term along with working on the immediate trying to become a duke. So the immediate problem then is to declare war to get that final county that we'll need for our dukedom is we'll need a hook on Stannis. Stannis II, our good friend. When can we next do that? Next year. Not even that, like 6 months. That's very, very viable, very straightforward. Obviously, I've got to stick with intrigue at this point, right? We've got to play the character. We've got to play the character. We've got to stick with this guy. Somebody asked why I play intrigue characters so frequently. The simple answer is it gives us the most interaction. It gives me the most to do in an episode. Stewardship, all well and good. Yeah, I can build a massive round with stewardship. It's also not very interesting to watch numbers tick up. Making the stories and the characters and having these silly victories here and there and manipulating the situation is more entertaining to me. It's how I personally prefer to play. I mean, look at Cannoli in the last series I played of Crusader Kings. That was superb. We took 2 empires without declaring a single war, and that was beautiful. And then, of course, with future characters, we were able to set things up, right? My agents have made contact with... Oh, Laura. Oh, for God's sake, he just can't help himself. At this point, I mean, it doesn't stress him out to bring her on board, because, of course, we're an impatient character. But simultaneously play the character. She's not actually going to help out at all, right? Let's get this marriage lined up. There's a long-term, long-distance marriage, and it's going to be fantastic for us to have the Vale basically at our beck and call. Very Peter Baelish when you consider it like that. I was able to fetch a secret. I don't give a shit what secrets you're able to fetch. All I care about right now is just passing the days until we're ready to get back on board with old Stannis himself. How long was that? Second moon, right? 25th of second moon. Here we go. Get ready. And to be very blunt, this needs to happen. We can't really fail this. The only reason it didn't fail last time, of course, I cancelled it to clear the way for a couple of murder plots to get us out of a war, which actually worked perfectly well, because then we were able to turn the war on them and force them to pay reparations as well. So that worked well. I was happy with that, right? Even though we weren't the one to murder him, he died incidentally, but it would have worked either way had my idea gone through. So I was fine with that. Last episode was very messy, okay? It was absolutely all over the place. Today we're going to be much more focused, much more to the ground. There's no more massive wars most likely to occur. Oh, yeah, you know what? We don't need our mercenary army anymore. Thank you. They've done their part. Fantastic. And I presume you don't have enough troops to keep up with us anymore. You actually do, because we're so far overextended with our domain limit. She gives a +2 if we swap over. Jesus, there's no wonder our Castellan looks so stressed. Oh, you do you? Greetings, Lord Anseric. I know your secret. If you wish for my silence, you will do as I say. My child heritage. A character. We've sired a bastard, basically. We'll allow that. Put him on the list. We'll allow that for now. Put him on the list. We learned something about him. We can study his personality. It's worth doing just in case the plot drops down, right? And we're very close to fabricating our first hook there. Come on. Show me something good. We need both of these, really. The one is kind of optional, but will make the next generation very, very comfortable. Send in the entertainers. Okay, we'll lose 150 prestige. We got a lot from that last war, so this is fine. Oh, God. Meredith has come to me, and I immediately knew why. She is with child, and there is little doubt as is mine to who the father is. However, with my marriage to Ara, there is nothing I can do except I hope my involvement stays secret. If you're curious, on Discord, there is a family tree being kept updated of all the many different bastards, because it's almost impossible to keep track. This guy's had so many kids that are illegitimate, and those kids have had so many other kids with other illegitimate children. It's getting very messy. These children are massively inbred at this point. It's a total goddamn mess. So, King Noel, my good friend, really, I'm interested in quite a distant marriage, so he might not be so against this. Answer it. You're my direct heir's direct heir, right? Good. Use the hook. -19. We're very close. What about Grand Wedding? Grand Wedding would do it. Oh, shit. We would have to keep that in our back pocket. I would not do him. Obviously, I'm not going to do matrimonial. We could try and sway him, which could work. What's his opinion? +1. We'd have to sway him all the way up, wouldn't we? Opinion of the spouse. Anseric Godhook. Oh, it's your opinion of Anseric. It's not your opinion of me. Well, I can't really do much about that. Okay, keep the money in the pocket. We're marrying up. We're going to get 1,400 prestige when this marriage goes through, which is enormous. More prestige than this guy's probably ever seen in his whole life. Do it. That's a massive marrying up. A random low lord marrying bear in mind he's an emperor tier character at this point. Normally, of course, they're just kings because they're vassals under the Iron Throne, but now he's an emperor. So there it is. How's that for an alliance? I'll gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your grandson Anseric will be married to my granddaughter. I look forward to the grand wedding, which, of course, we have to save up for, even if we have to go to the Iron Bank to get the money for that. That just has to happen. Right, we've got some people on my shit list here. So we have Alaria. Now, people were saying that when I forced that person to take the vows, that made it so they were eligible for inheritance, right? Getting that sword's going to be a massive pain in the ass. Someone said without using the intended mechanics, which I'm not just going to start making this guy a diplomat late in his life so we can get. It feels it's too much of a character break to suddenly go for that so that we can get a sword. It's just not right. So we're going to ignore that, and that's something we'll pursue with a future character. I'm going to keep her on the list. Like, we don't need to keep Merryk special interest. That was only so I remembered to train him. We'll keep her on the list, but we will not worry about it too much. What did you do? Remind me. What did you do? Fabricated a claim. That's right. So you get to die. Congratulations. We're already a known murderer. We don't really have much to lose at this point. Oh, God, he's slowing down. 35 stress. He's aging. By the will of the mother, why am I so sore? I slept well as I usually do, but whenever I stretch, I can feel my bones all but sparking as they scrape against one another. Oh, bollocks. How you looking? Health is poor. You are ailing. But he does have that good mouthwash. I forgot about that. King Joffrey of the Reach. We'll kill him. Well, we don't need to kill him. I made an enemy of him, but he's below me at this point, right? We actually really just do not care about him. We actually like him quite a lot because he's a lustful knight like we are. He also has good mouthwash. That's lovely to hear. He hates us because I tried to kill him, which is reasonable, really. Let's just ignore him. We were a spy master. We are the spy master on the small council for our liege and king of the Iron Throne. Of course we were going to try and murder him. All's fair in love and war, so I think that's acceptable. Hello. I would like for your grandson, Merryk, to become the squire. Oh, yes. Yes, very good. Gains the trait knight. Yes, please do. Please do squire him. It crashed. I crashed. No, why would it have crashed? No. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. We're back. We're back with nothing lost. An overheard whisper and a sharp glare are the final pieces that make the puzzle fall into place. My Septon author is more well-versed in the art of intrigue than he would have everyone believe. He's a bit of a Pycelle then, eh? He needs to go, we can kick him out, or We can convince him we're cut from the same cloth and try and get an intrigue lifestyle perk. If you can't manipulate him, who can you manipulate? Alana Goshawk. We need a bird name. Have I not done waterfowl before? I seem to remember the name Moorhen for a Crusader King's character. Am I going nuts? Can anyone confirm that? Moorhen. More? Double O? Sure. It is now. If it wasn't before, it is now. I'm not interested. Okay, hello. If you can't manipulate this man, you can't manipulate anybody. It takes many days, but the last I coincidentally stumble upon Otho while he's alone. Lord Otho, I've been meaning to... If you walked into a room to find your spouse yelling at a younger page for dropping a plate, what would you do? Is he testing me? I would engage a conversation. I would ask both of them to prevent their sides of the conflict, or they would both have to tell me what happened. Top one. Sure. Two of those things were basically the same. He pauses, thoughtful before continuing. In the middle of the march to battle, just as you were setting up a camp, an officer approaches you to ask what you should be done with the spy that it's caught. Spy, no matter, we march on. I'd like to talk to the spy. See what they have to say, or the spy has some answers to give in time. Yeah, let's torture the spy, obviously. His eyebrows creep down and his gaze grows cold. You make a decision, say that taxes in a country will be raised, and it comes to your attention that one of your vassals has openly questioned the decision. How do you react? The whole court would hear of the vassal's every mistake. Let's undermine him. What do you think? His face lights up by a surprisingly warm smile. You seem like a man of sound judgment. He smirks before moving down the corridor on silent feet. Please join me. We have much to discuss. Oh, he becomes my mentor. Does he now? Young man. I think he's probably 50 years younger than me. Thriving in chaos. That seems very appropriate for a man who's constantly stressed by the fact that he is paranoid. Oh, another family feast going well. Ara kept mostly to herself, demurely avoiding the gaze of male servants, while my granddaughter Alice behaved most atrociously, throwing an absolute fit when a nanny came to collect her for bed. Even so, it was good. We're all together, and that's what matters the most. Oh, but he's still, even now, even though he's had that event 3 or 4 times, he still doesn't believe it'll last. You should live in the present, my friend, a bit more. Become a bit more mindful. Speaking of which, how about malice implicit? Not that we're going to do anything with Dread at this point, because we're a total nobody. And here we are. Lothar, the man who fabricated hooks on my land. Lothar Stokeworth is going to have a delicious meal. Oh, how tragic. Thanks to the duck and the poison bottle. Someone pointed this out in the comments. The amount of people that we've killed by poisoning ducks is pretty goddamn impressive, given that we're the Golden Goose after all. Lord Lothar is finally dead. See, it all comes back to the, did I call them seabirds before? Waterfowl? Whatever. Even better, in his death throes, a bone got stuck in his throat and he died. They should really stop eating duck. You think by now they'd be taboo, right? Lord Hareth, my good friend. What was it you did, remind me? Did you fabricate a claim on my... What did you do? You got a hook on me. That's right, you blackmailed me, I remember. You die. Oh, Lord Hareth has dirty intrigue. Finally, a worthy battle. Although he's got a lot of weak points we can poke at. Then again, so do we, right? Poking at is our weak point, as far as I remember. Ooh. My trusted servant is on his deathbed. His death will come as the blow of many to us, as we respected the old man for his patience, humility, and wisdom, which he tried his best to impart to us. I know others are by his bedside in his final hour when it draws near, and I ask him if he's afraid of the end. End? No. The journey does not end here. He smiles gently. Death is just another path, one that we must all take. The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver glass. But then you see it, white shores and beyond, a far green country, under a swift sunrise. He looks at me serenely before closing his eyes. Several hours he passed away. What a load of hog shit. I wish he'd have said that to him while he was still alive. Deathbed wisdom, look at that. Lifestyle experience plus 12%. Bloody hell, for 3 years. God damn. I stay by his bedside for some time contemplating his words. Excellent. That's nice. It'd be nice if there was actually like an old person in our court that died and triggered that instead, but that's okay. Brennett, the Lord Chancellor of Lord Laren, has accused my vassal of having an affair with his soulmate Jenna. Why do I give a shit? That's nothing to do with me. You gotta get this hook. He's actually goddamn done it. You spend 100 piety. We are a sinner, so this is appropriate. To get a strong loyalty hook on Stannis. A strong hook is beautiful and not at all what I needed. And now, the kick-ass Duke. Thank you. Oh, God, he's got a lot of troops. All right, never mind. This is what's standing between me and victory. Well, then there's only one logical explanation. I've kidnapped your son. It's the only we're just going to have to use... I've put every part of this character's aspect and life into intrigue, so that is what we use to win. Oh, Lord Harith died from being ill. Well, that saves me a plot, doesn't it? This is greasy. It's scummy. It takes the fun out of warfare, if you can say there is that. But there is no fun in warfare when we're going to fight a losing battle no matter what. And this is all we need to kick things off. This is all we need to solve all of our problems. Let's see if we've got any spies in his court, because the agent's more likely to join our plots now with all of our perks that we've got, right? Let's have a look here. Hello, Meline Claire. Welcome to the spy life, my friend. Great news. Let's see if he's got anyone else kicking around here. Check for more potential spies. They're all likely to accept because we're such a fantastic, nice guy. We're such a beautiful, charming, charismatic, gregarious man. How could they not join us? They are joining the plots too, look. Oh, that's good. It's not everything. Oh, to say that we're getting a minus 75%, we still got 61% overall is pretty incredible. Send a little money to a spy master. How much? 75 gold. 75 gold to get a duchy basically sorted. Ooh, Lady Branta, his daughter. How are you doing? You still marrying disgusting, filthy old men? Yeah, I thought so. My best friend, Lady Branta, approaches me with a big smile on her face. My dearest friend, we finally see each other. I feel like we never spent any quality time together lately. Maybe you'd be willing to try something new. What about a visit to a local market? Sure. Go to the market with your daughter. They do look very similar at this point. Haggard and disgusting. Ooh, impeccable household. You're goddamn right we do. So now we've got maximum plot chance on both of them. It's just a roll of the dice now to see if we become a duke. Either through less effort or far more effort. Let's give it a go. If we get this, all we have to do is succeed with the murder. And the world is our oyster. The world is our oyster. Designated guardian for Anseric, second in line. Well, of course, it will be our guy, because I trust him. I trust him with that. You can ransom Harmon Rollingford. I would rather not. And of course, the payment for Stannis we need to keep on our in our pocket. Can we do anything with you? Can we do anything with this guy? He's got artifacts. Nothing useful. Sadly not. He's got no money. He's got nothing. Okay, that one can expire. That's fine. Lord Otto, our son-in-law. We could potentially arrange an alliance with, but no, he won't do that either. Okay, this is fine. The rest of it is all related to poor realm management, suffice to say. No, you're good. I don't need to know anything right now. My hook on Crispin has expired. That's totally acceptable. Now all we need is for you to die. My spy was discovered. Fine. That hasn't affected the plot, right? It has not. This is a critical breakdown. But it gives us everything. We declare war. We push our claim. He dies. Do it. Beautiful. Goodbye, Baelor. Goodbye, Baelor. Resist your impulses. We'll go to the brothel. We get this sorted. This is the last stress you'll ever have to worry about, my friend. Enforce the demands. And my God. Have we actually got enough to make a duchy now, please? I beg you. This is the Duchy of the Blackwater Rush. I'm trying to click on a frigging county if you don't mind. Oh. You are now a mighty lord. Lord Anseric the Sharp. Bear in mind in Game of Thrones, they don't really make a differentiation between lord and blah, blah, blah. Duke and Count, or in this case, are both referred to as lord. And there we are. The Blackwater Rush. Really, we should bring our capital back over here. What's the capital of the Blackwater Rush then, out of interest? Great Fork, is that it? Is that the one with our duchy building? Maybe not. I actually have no idea. Wait, which one is our... How do I find out the duchy capital in CK? Ah, it's Rollingford. Okay. It's not as good as Rosby. But we can't make Rosby. And we're never going to be able to make Rosby. Interesting. Well, now we've got to find people we trust to give some land to. And that may be harder said than done. To be honest, we'll give them the shit lands. The undeveloped stuff, Pikemouth, for example, is terrible. There's a windmill there. What about, like, Merge Water? We've got some water wheels. Harp's Tune is nothing. So this is all the stuff we'll give away. Rollingford actually looks pretty decent. What have we got? Log Forts. It's a castle holding level 3. Let's have a look at Rosby. Rosby, you'd imagine, is a lot better. Castle holding 3, and it's got all those developments. We could keep both. There's no reason we can't keep both, huh? Okay. Goddamn. Realm management. Could you believe it? Sort by opinion. Please do. Osmond Lynchfield. I'm going to look for people with high stewardship and low martial so that they are less threatening should things kick off. I think that's a good idea. So, Lynchfield, what have you got? 11 and 8. Oh, God. Oh, God, it is slim pickings, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Merryk we've got to keep. Wow, you really are the best. Oh, Garth Waters. Garth Waters is his son. It's his bastard son. And you know what? I'm going to land him. I'm going to land him because I think that's cool. I think it'll be interesting what his character gets up to. My friend, have it. Oh, I could have done it from that screen, right? You just go grant title. Here we are. Take it. Wings Pass is yours. Enjoy. Now, hold on. Quentin Waters, is that also one of his many bastards? God, it's so hard to keep up, isn't it? This man's had too many damn kids. Lord Garth is your illegitimate child. Ralph Waters. Should we give him some land? I think we should land all the bastards. This is so bizarre, but it's fun, though. This is so strange. Briarcrest, is that any good? Briarcrest is good. We keep that one. Darkwater Keep can go in the bin, so let's go back to that kid. Here you go, my friend. Darkwater Keep is yours. Darkwater, that one? Longgrass? Am I going mad? Yes, Longgrass. Darkwater Keep. Sorry. Just want to double check these things. I don't want to accidentally give away some good land after the amount of effort we've put into getting all this shit sorted. Good. Right. I want to get rid of Harp's Tune, so let's see if we've got any other unlanded bastards. This is such a weird play. Doesn't make any sense, particularly. Unless this guy wants to look out for his family. And you could argue a family... This is a guy who had no family growing up. Actually, this makes perfect sense. He's got 63 intrigue, by the way. Jesus. This kind of makes perfect sense. He had no father. He had no mother. Varys raised him. The Varys, of course. And now he's built this family. I think he doesn't want them to have what he had to deal with. Gretchel's daughter, Jonna. Okay, we can't do anything with her then. Lord Garth, Lord Ralph. Edwell? We land Edwell? Sure. We land Edwell. Yeah, okay. Edwell gets Pikemouth. Pikemouth's pretty terrible. Harp's Tune isn't great. Merge Water isn't great either. Okay, well, let's give that to him then. Edwell. Here you are, my friend. You can have both of those. I don't give a shit, because he's going to grant them out anyway, right? Boom. There you go. There you go. This is nice. This feels nice and good. I feel like he's making up for all of his sins by building the family that he himself never actually had. So that's it then. Lord Edwell, Lord Garth, Lord Ralph. What a dynasty we've built. And then, of course, there's Jonna. I don't think we've got any of the bastards kicking around. Certainly not ones we can land. So now with the 5 out of 3, what else do we want to give away? I don't really want to give away Strongmead. Pikemouth isn't very good. Briarcrest is our old castle. So let's get rid of Pikemouth. Let's give that to anyone. Oswin Lynchfield? Sure. There you are, my friend. I was eyeing him up ages ago anyway. 4 out of 3. So what have we got then? We've got the capital of our current duchy, which makes sense to keep. Briarcrest, our old holding. Rosby is very good. And then there's Strongmead, which is our kind of dynastic... Our dynastic seat. So I don't want to give that one up. He's never actually been there. Is it really that sentimental, I find myself asking? Well, look, let's see if we can hold it. Let's put a good steward on here. Okay, he was more valuable as a Castellan in hindsight. Master Gwaine of Golden Goose. Master Gwaine of Golden Goose. What is that? Is that the name of the city? Oh, that's cool. Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah, Master Gwaine of Golden Goose. That seems very appropriate for this playthrough. And then Lewis the Knight. Nah, we'll give it to this kid. Sure. Spymaster. Give it to Merryk. Interesting. Okay. And then Admiral, we probably want to give it to someone with decent... With decent stewardship to help bring in a little bit of money, I suppose. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. I'll find whatever mod is causing this. I'll fix that at some point. It's on my to-do list, okay? Okay, 4 out of 3 then. And if we swap you over to Managed Domain, we're not there. But we could move away from the lifestyle focus just so that we can help try and manage this domain now, right? Intimidated vassals are willing to pay more money to us. Well, that's good, because we're probably going to have a lot of those. And what, now you move to duty? You've built this realm, so hold it. It only gives +1 stewardship, but... Oh, I was hoping that would be enough. Pick the one that was most thematic rather than the one that was, like, you know, objectively better. We got the +3 stewardship, whatever. Anyway, let's go. Did that help? Nothing. We're still 4 out of 3. Honestly, 4 out of 3 is manageable. Let's get 1 above our domain limit. That's not a big deal. 8.1 gold per month. That's some good shit right there. 2,100 troops. That's some good shit right there. And now I guess we'll slowly swallow up the rest of the Crown Lands. The problem is, though, we can't actively make... It counts as the Lord Paramountcy of Dragonstone. We would never be able to get that, would we? Not unless we married into House Baratheon and found a way to get that inherited over. I think that's very, very unreasonable, to be honest. So the question is, where do we go from here? Because the only way up is to a kingdom. And right now, all the kingdoms are empires. And reasonably so, given how many troops they've got. Where the hell do we go from here? And more importantly, do we have to worry about that with this character's life? Maybe he just... Oh, God. Well, evidently not. What an amazing tale. If he dies here, honestly... What a story, though. I feel so numb. What is happening? Can't stand straight. Can't focus. Can't feel except shooting pain and help somehow. Someone, please. Please. My mind is on fire. Is he having a stroke? Is that what the implication is here? 40% that nothing happens. 60% chance you succumb to a massive stroke. Oh, God. We're now an entrenched regency. And he's about to die. If it wasn't for the good mouthwash, chances are he would be buried. He is about to die. What an insane twist. Within days of getting the duchy, giving the titles out, landing his sons, he fucking dies. That is insane. I shouldn't write him off yet, of course. He could still survive a little bit longer, but I think it's probably fairly safe to say that it's Merryk time. Merryk the evil craven. What a pathetic piece of shit. Oh, God. Are we just going to sit here and now wait for him to die? Can restore accolades? I don't think we will. I think we've really just got to sit and die. Sit and die. Maybe accept that alliance to get some opinion. Is there anything else we want to do with this guy? 4 out of 4. Would you look at that? Right at the end there. We've solved all the problems. Oh, this is very House of the Dragon. It's Viserys in his bed, meeting his new grandchild that he has no idea what's happening. Melian, you will be called Duck. May you grow stronger eyes. Oh, he's in his old age. You can't think of good names anymore. Think about it. Oh, sorry, yes. Think about it, right? We've gone from Ansarit, which was this etymological combination, inspiring many different aspects of the dynasty. And now, in his old age, in his incapable mind, he's just, oh, Duck. Done. Perfect. Rightful ownership. Thank you. That's just what we need. Will you fucking die? I mean this politely. That was so poetic, but now you're just kind of... You're really losing a lot of dignity here, big man. This is, I would argue, becoming borderline torture. Oh, my God. I was just about to say his mouthwash disappeared. Wow. That was poetic. What a great goddamn tale that was. I am so happy with that. Lord Ansric of the Blackwater Rush has finally found peace at the age of 67. He has tripled the previous dynasty's average lifespan. way more than that when you consider average. He died from a seizure. Reduced to a hollow shell of his former self, unable to speak or move, he has finally left the broken remains of his body. Lord Merryk ascends to the throne. Being a cold and unfeeling man, the vassals of the realm will have a hard time gaining his trust. But... he may be cold and unfeeling, but he's actually quite competent. Even though I've been putting him down, it's hard to big anyone up, given that this guy had, what was that, 64 martial? Oh, sorry, 64 in intrigue, very briefly. This guy still has 90 in intrigue, 15 stewardship. He's still a very, very viable, good character, which we can do a lot with. He started going into architect. That's actually really good. I'm all right with that. I'm happy with that. Domain focus, then. The man has chosen stewardship. Let's follow up on the stewardship. He's educated in that. That's what he knows. He's a craven, so he's not going to be particularly brave with his plotting. Getting the job done, you know, if it's going to keep him alive, I suppose. Maybe if there's some cowardly plotting we could do to avoid certain things, that might make sense. Let's rebuild the realm. And then, honestly, I think I'll leave it here for today. A shorter episode, but it's such a perfect bookend on his life. Everything falling into place as and when it should. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there you go. As and when it should. I really just cannot think of a better ending than that. Amazing. All of our domain then, nicely secured. I think we're just going to hold everything as it currently stands, as it currently is. Of course, we can't do much with Rosby, sadly, but 8.7 gold a month. We've got 2,100 troops in a massive amount, of course. We've got a lot of stuff to tidy up in the realm. Declare war on the Riverlands. I won't be doing that. But when we get that alliance with the Vale, we could very much take Rosby and make that our capital then. Couldn't we just? Holding all of that's going to be very hard. Viable, but very hard. We're going to have a lot of vassals under us, and it's going to be a difficult realm to manage. But my god, we get the Vale to join us. 37,000 troops would absolutely crush. Actually, can we call them in? Because they're an external... I think we can, right? Call them in on a war against a fellow vassal? I'm not sure. I don't remember how CK3 mechanics work. I just deal with it when I get there, right? I'm happy to leave it there. Thank you for joining me today. Lord Merryk, everybody. I personally hope in some ways that really did make up for the floundering yesterday. We had a lot of stuff going on, lots of wars, lots of stuff catching me off guard. That was focused and it was concise. And with his last kind of hurrah, with that last bit of his life, he did everything he needed to do. What a guy he is. Thank you to, of course, the executive producer patrons for allowing me to produce so much content on a daily basis. Thank you to Vonrath, Lucrative, Super Cucapunga, Banjo Slurp, Danny the Dandelion, Swole Quackers, Pinus, Waffles and Whiskey, Mochi Panda, Mr. Altissimo, Danny for Rest, Cracker, Daka, Talk Nerdy to Me, Sin of Pie, Death Core, Hippie, or Kansas, Spidey Cloned, Zachary Whitaker, Amarok, Cryoxis, Toxin, Spongy1312, Leopold Multi, Ken the Eagle, Enanemy, an enemy of anemones, and Genuine Guy for their support. The executive producer is over on Patreon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me on this bizarre adventure we've had so far. Now, finally, we can move away from intrigue for a little while, I think. And thank you to Attila, Amgramo, Rhino 33333, Romario, Kai, Paulus Bartis, Brian Elliott, Vibes, Whiskey Queer, Lilac Logan, Uninvited Haggis, Ravioli Lad, Corrupt Racer, Mahesvara, and Sondre, and Hiccups. See you all tomorrow.